I am mind blown right now, and I just woke up. And I am mind blown right now. I'm just simply mind blown. And I'm just trying to find my words. It's like, how do I even describe this in human language and words? I'm gonna try. But I need someone, an adult. I need someone level-headed to listen to me and to take me seriously about this. And I'm getting the name Paula. I'm getting Paula again. The space program scientist who's been watching me, who's been watching us from time to time, or whenever she finds something interesting to her. And I'm also getting that she's connected to NASA. Yeah, I just want to say what NASA stands for. NASA is a government agency. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration is an independent agency of the U.S. federal government responsible for the United States Civil Space Program, aeronautics research, and space research. Okay, so I've been getting Paula for a while, and I have mentioned her here once or twice in the recent past. But for this message in particular, I'm getting Paula needs to hear this, because Paula is a space program scientist, and I'm also getting that she's connected to NASA. And we need to get this message to NASA as well. We need to get this message to NASA. So Paula, if you end up watching this message, I will put your name in the title to get your attention. And I will put NASA in the title to get your attention too. But no ifs and buts. I hope you end up watching this message. I hope you watch this message, because I need someone like you. We need someone like you. And we need to get this message to NASA through someone like you, who's a space program scientist who's connected to NASA. So please, after you watch this message, Paula, please forward this message to someone responsible in NASA. Please. Now, I've just had a close encounter with the Arcturians. In my dream state for now. They visited me in my dream state for now. But boy, oh boy, I wish I could meet them in real life. Here in the physical world, here on planet Earth. And I've been wishing that for a while. And I suppose that's one of the reasons why they've finally shown me why they've finally shown themselves to me now. And I'm getting Commander Ashtar of Ashtar Command, Ashtar Galactic Command too right now, because he's around as well. But wow. As I said, I'm mind blown right now. How do I describe this? I'm trying to find my words. The Arcturians, they nudged me to watch the Indiana Jones movies recently. And I've never seen those movies before, but I only just watched the Indiana Jones movies because the Arcturians nudged me to. And one of the Indiana Jones movies is called Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, I'm going to use this movie as an example because that's, that's what they wanted to show me, and that's what they wanted me to see, but in a movie first. It was something that they could use to show me something, because a movie is something of a human experience and something that a human like me would understand better. And I'm a movie buff anyway. I love movies, so it's their way of showing me things. And it's just one of the ways they show me things, even in movies and through movies. So, in that movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, they were looking for this crystal skull, or he was looking for this crystal skull. But it wasn't just him. Was it? Wasn't it the one with the Russians in it? I think so. Anyway, and the Russians were looking for this crystal skull as well, and it's ironic. It's just connecting to what I've been going through and talking about on this channel recently, with the Russia-Ukraine war as well, or just the thing that Russia is coming into it in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, so they were looking for this crystal skull that had these supernatural powers. And, they find it. And then, but we need to go to the end of the movie. Towards the end of the movie, they find this lost city of something to do with gold. Like there was supposed to be this lost city of gold or something that they were supposed to find, because they were trying to take that crystal skull back to where they were supposed to take it back to return it to its rightful place or its rightful owner. And then, we see that there's all these giant crystal beings sitting around in a kind of like a circle, and they're they're big, they're huge, they're like giant like or giant sized. And then at the end, that whole city, it turns into a spaceship, and I was like, yeah, okay, I know, why you were nudging me to watch this particular movie. And because obviously it was like, like we were talking about aliens there, we were talking about extraterrestrials there. So tonight, that's how the Arcturians showed themselves to me in my dream state. They showed themselves to me like those crystal beings, those big, huge, giant crystal beings, like in the Indiana Jones movie. And though I was thinking, this crystal thing, is it kind of more like a bit more symbolic? Because in the movie they are being shown as crystal beings, but is it more like crystalline, like crystalline beings? And then when I think of crystalline or crystalline, can I even say the word properly? Crystalline. Yeah. When I think of crystalline beings, I actually think of light beings. So I think that's what I'm being shown here. It's more like crystalline beings, but it's more like light beings. They are all light. And I did have an idea about that, but now I'm actually being shown. So I saw these two big, huge, giant-like light beings, and one was kinda walking away, and then the other one was kinda sitting down, and it waved at me like to say hello or greetings. And then they showed me something, and it was something that they were giving to me. But that part is for me. I'm not gonna share that here because they were telling me something about something that's been going on with me for a long time now, but I'm not gonna share that part here. And then after that, I look up in the sky and I saw many ships, as in spaceships or starships. And actually, they looked big. So I'm thinking motherships, and a lot of them. The sky was kind of full of it, and I was like, wow. And then I woke up and I was just lying there in my bed, and I was just processing it. And all I could think of, like my first thought was, wow, is that what we're missing out on? Like, is that what the human beings, is that what the human race is missing out on? And I was like, wow. the human race shouldn't be missing out on this, on something like this. It's blowing my mind even, but in a good way. So of course I want the humans to know too. I want the humans and the human race to experience what I've just experienced too. I mean, I've just experienced it in my dream state for now, but as I said, I would love to meet them in real life here on planet Earth. And I've already told them that, and that's why, as I said, that's why they're actually, showing themselves to me in that kind of way. Like, that is like close encounter. That is like a close encounter with the aliens or extraterrestrials. And in my case, it was the Arcturians. They told me, okay, it's us. The Arcturians, your star family. Of course, they're my star family. They're my star family. Because that's what my soul, my spirit is. An Arcturian. And I wish President Trump would watch this video too. And maybe he will, because he's been watching too. He's been watching me too. He's been watching us too here on our channel. But it's like we were hoping that once President Trump gets back in power as the president of the United States, and we put him back in power, and this was one of the reasons, other than stopping the threat of World War III and a nuclear war with Russia, but not just Russia, but President Putin being out of control with the Russia-Ukraine war and threatening a World War III and a nuclear war on top of it. The Arcturians put President Trump back into power to address that situation and to stop that from happening, to stop the Russia-Ukraine war, but also to stop the threat of, to put an end to the threat of World War III and a nuclear war on top of it. And then we were also hoping that once he's in that kind of position, he's in an ideal position to make first contact happen, to make first contact with the aliens or extraterrestrials, specifically make first contact happen with the Arcturians, because he's an Arcturian too. So that's his star family as well. But unfortunately, we can see that he's not interested in anything like that. Like, he has no vision at all. He's not a visionary at all. He's just drunk on power, abusing his power and running around like a headless chicken. I'm sorry to say that, but sometimes you kind of have to just say it. And you kind of have to just say something for what it is. It's like calling a spade a spade. It's like what we were hoping for by putting him back into power and doing the right thing for the Russia-Ukraine war and to put an end to the World War III and a nuclear war threat, and to help the world, not just help America and Americans, but to help other countries and other people in the world to help the world, basically, to help planet Earth. And, well, it's unfortunate to see what he's getting up to, and we're just disappointed with him. It's like, anyway, we are working on him by talking to him through our channel here because he's watching, but at this point, I don't know, we don't know if he's gonna respond to reason and if he's listening to us and taking us seriously or not. Because I don't know, because on the surface he's just seeing a woman sitting here, and it's like he's not taking me seriously because of that too, I suppose. But it's like I'm not just talking for myself, or it's not just me talking here. I'm channeling the Arcturians too. I'm channeling other galactics too. I'm channeling Commander Ashtar too. I'm channeling God even. So I'm talking for all of them. I'm speaking for all of them here. When I speak, it's not just me speaking. It's all of them speaking too, through me. So anyway, Paula, I need NASA's attention. We need NASA's attention. The Arcturians need NASA's attention. Even God is coming through here now saying even God needs NASA's attention. Now, you are scientists, and it's okay if you don't believe in God and that sort of thing. I don't mind. We don't mind. We don't have a problem with that. But God's just coming through here because God wants to be mentioned here too, and also God's just making its presence known here as well with everyone else, that God's in the picture too. But anyway, as I said, you are scientists and we don't have a problem with that. We can work with that. It's like, that's not a problem at all with me, with us. So, Paula, we need NASA's attention, please. Because if possible at all, if possible, I would like the opportunity to be able to make that first contact happen in my lifetime, if that's possible at all. But that's why I need NASA's attention. We need NASA's attention because we can both make it happen. If NASA wants to make it happen, because NASA's been trying to make contact with the aliens, with the extraterrestrials, and with the extraterrestrial civilizations, an extraterrestrial intelligence. For how long now? So here we are. We are making you an offer of a lifetime that we can make it happen if we come together. If NASA and I come together, we can make that first contact happen in a safe way for the human race. Because yes, we know, humans are scared because they don't understand, and anything they don't understand, they are scared of, and they're not ready for this. But the problem is, they will never be ready for something like this. They will never be ready for something huge like this. unless we make them ready. Do you understand me? And it's time that we make the humans ready for first contact. It's time. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing this video message. And of course, the Arcturians have given me a green light to share this and to send out this message to you, Paula, and to NASA through you, because you're connected to NASA. And we want this message to get to NASA. So please forward this message to NASA. Paula, please. Let's work together on this, and we can make it happen. Okay, that's enough for now. I'm gonna leave this message here. We're gonna leave this message here. Take care. Over and out.